So the big news announcement yesterday came in the form of McLaren, who have finally got a title sponsor. McLaren were the only team, and indeed technically are still the only team on the grid in Formula One, not to have an official title sponsor. And one of their major sponsors in the form of MasterCard have stepped up, and they have finally done it. They have sponsored the title of McLaren for 2026 and onwards. McLaren will be officially known as the McLaren MasterCard Formula One team. Now, of course, with a title sponsor, there is always the potential for the look of the car to change as a whole. Of course, look at Red Bull. They are literally a 200 miles an hour drink can. Look at Sauber and Stake. Look at some of the title sponsors and how they very much impress themselves upon the looks of the car. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this. Ferrari, they will never not be red. Doesn't matter how much money Shell or anybody like that gives them. They're not going to change that anytime soon. Although, of course, back in the Marlboro days, they did famously change the colour of their red. A lot of people don't know that. They've gone back to the traditional red now. But back in those days, it was very much a Marlboro red rather than a Ferrari red. But let's talk about cigarettes. Let's focus on credit cards instead. McLaren, they have said, despite some people's worries, that they will not go changing their iconic papaya look, a look that I absolutely love. I do, of course, love the days of McLaren Vodafone. I do love the days of McLaren West as well. I think those were iconic liveries, of course, too. But the papaya, I think, is the best look that they have ever had, and of course it harkens back to their original days with their founder Bruce McLaren, who used to race in the same colour in the McLaren back in the 1960s. Anyway, enough talk about memory lane. Let's have a look at the future and McLaren MasterCard Formula One team. Full article here on the F1Chronicle.com as always. McLaren has unveiled MasterCard as its first title sponsor in more than a decade, but CEO Zak Brown insists the famous papaya livery will remain. Yes, that's what we want to hear. Don't worry, the car will remain recognisable, he told Dutch newspaper Algemeen Dagblad. I do apologise, Dutch people, that's probably a million miles off, but you have a very strange language. I think a lot of you will admit that. At the Amsterdam launch. The deal, thought to be worth a whopping $100 million per season. Now that's a lot of money. Could be the largest sponsorship agreement in Formula One history, and certainly in McLaren's. It is also the first title sponsor since Vodafone departed the team in 2013. Brown said the partnership was framed with the fans in mind. McLaren's official release opened with the line, "There is no one more important to us than our awesome fans," and featured pictures of female supporters front and centre. MasterCard will expand the tie-up with new Team Priceless initiative, offering behind-the-scenes access, hot laps and curated experiences at Grand Prix. Brown said, "I could not be more delighted to enter this next chapter in our partnership with MasterCard. They share our passion and our values, and becoming naming partner is the perfect launch pad to keep pushing both on and off the track." MasterCard's marketing chief Raja Rajamanar, I think I managed to nail that first time actually, added, "McLaren racing represents the pinnacle of innovation, precision and performance, values that mirror our own. Becoming naming partner takes our fan-first commitment to the next level." Former F1 Supremo Bernie Eccleston hailed Zak Brown for overseeing what could be set to become a new McLaren era in Formula One. Hey, I called that first, Bernie. Come on, give me some credit there, man. Zak Brown is doing a very good job. No he told Sport.de. "I told him once, I don't think you're very talented, but one of your talents is that you could choose the right people to work for you." Bernie! You know what? I could totally believe he said that. Oh my god. You're not very talented, but you can put talented people in the right places. Oh, Bernie's always good for a quote. I'll say that much. He has the right people around him and keeps them together. Yeah, that's a quote for sure from Bernie Eccleston, right? Oh, right, let's move on from that. I mean, yeah, it's good for McLaren at the end of the day. Every other team has one. McLaren had the most sponsors in Formula One. I think they got like 50 official partners, which some people will be like, oh, the commercialization of Formula One, it's ruining the sport these days. Back in my day, it was much better. Well, back in your day, mate, all the teams used to go around in 200-mile-an-hour cigarette packets. So, at least for the most part, Formula One has got rid of that. I mean, you know, there's still mission winner. We're not going to get down that rabbit hole. But at the end of the day, MasterCard is a relatively benign one. You know, there's a lot worse title sponsors out there in Formula One. Steak. Sauber. Yeah, so, you know, let's skip past those. Let's not talk about those. But yeah, your guys' thoughts in the comments below. For me, as a McLaren fan, I'm happy about it. I know there's a lot worse sponsors you could have at the end of the day. Crypto and gambling and energy drinks even. And, you know, they've got downsides too, you know. But MasterCard, I mean, I don't think that's a bad one, really. They're just money, aren't they? But I'm sure someone might correct me in the comments and fuel some sort of conspiracy theory about them. Get them in the comments below, guys. Are MasterCard evil or not? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. Have a fantastic day wherever in the world today, and we'll see you very soon.